City, but Donald Trump drew some 19,000 supporters to Madison Square Garden last night, some of them paying big bucks for extra access. His wife Melania joined him on stage. The rally, a sort of closing argument for his campaign, and it was filled with incendiary remarks. But he did highlight a new tax credit plan.
And I'm announcing a new policy today that I will support a tax credit for family caregivers who take care of a parent or a loved one. It's about time that they were recognized, right?
It's similar to what his opponent has already announced. She spent the day in Pennsylvania, where she rallied for change.
We understand we have an opportunity before us to turn the page on the fear and the divisiveness that have characterized our politics for a decade because of Donald Trump.
According to a new ABC Ipsos poll, Kamala Harris leads by 4 points among likely voters. Donald Trump polls strongest on the economy and border. Harris is most trusted when it comes to protecting democracy and abortion rights. Meanwhile, this morning, New York Governor Kathy Hochul was in Flatbush, where she discussed election security and voter protection.
Let me be very clear about this. This work is nonpartisan. It's not about who you vote for. And as governor, it's my duty to protect the right of every citizen to safely participate in our elections. It's a solemn responsibility and one I take very seriously.
Now, the governor says that the state has invested $140 million into the election infrastructure, and that includes modernization as well as security. They are prepared for all scenarios, and early voting is underway in New York State. This is day 3. The New York City Board of Elections says that as of last night, 258,000 people have checked in at polling sites like the one I'm standing next to in Lower Manhattan. That's where we're live right now. Lauren Glassberg, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Lauren, thank you very much. Meanwhile, growing outrage over those offensive jokes aimed at Latinos delivered by a comedian at yesterday's Trump rally at MSG. Comedian Tony Hinchcliffe called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. The so-called joke immediately faced criticisms from both sides of the aisle. Vice President Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez were among those condemning the remarks.
People in Puerto Rico are citizens. They pay tax and they serve in the military at almost a higher rate than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, it's like super upsetting. Obviously, it's super upsetting to me. My family is from Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican.
The board of directors for the National Puerto Rican Day Parade also released a statement saying, quote, shockingly, people choose to speak with ignorance about Puerto Rico, spewing garbage statements. This insult will not diminish who we are or what we represent. Now, Trump himself has not commented on the controversy, but his campaign released a statement distancing itself from the comments. That statement, the joke, does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign. Eyewitness News is helping you get ready for Election Day. Our election guide takes a closer look at the presidential race and the big local races as well. You can watch that election guide on any of our streaming platforms.
And now to the attempt